Okay, so I wanted to talk about this generator today. Now, as you know, I have two of these generators. This one's older, and the other one is very new. The other one has probably less than 30 hours on it. I bought this one on sale. That's the only reason I got it, was I wanted to have a backup one. Well, times have changed, and I don't need these quite as much anymore, so I decided to just use them to weld for the lawnmower repair hobby business. So I bought this Paralink, which attaches the two generators together, that allows me to have 30 amps total instead of 15 from one. Each one of them produces 15 amps. This gives me the total of 30. So, like I said, that one only has about 30 hours. Now, this one over here, I bought the year before. And I used it, I don't want to say a lot more, but more. And I would suspect that this probably only has about 100 hours on it. So it doesn't have a lot. It definitely wouldn't have more than 200 hours on it. But let's just say 100 hours. Now, you're required to change the oil in these, according to the owner's manual, every 50 hours with 10W30. And I did. I was probably changing it every 30 hours. Well, shortly after I got it, I started running it pretty much just for the well. Now, the well, I think, is a 3/4 horsepower pump. And it runs, I think, 1,500 watts. So the generator here is 2,500 watts peak inverter on gas and propane. Both of these generators are dual fuel. They run off gas or propane. But when you come down to the specifications and you look at running watts, let's see if I can find that. On gasoline, it runs 1850. On propane, it runs 1665. So I was running on propane. The reason I run this on propane is because I don't use them very often. Gas can sit in them and gum up the carburetor, so you're always cleaning the carburetor. So I use propane on them. The problem is that you lose wattage on it. The other thing is propane just runs hotter. So when you're running a well pump for 30 minutes at max capacity, the well's at 1,500 watts, we're at 1665. I mean, we're right there at max capacity. It's getting hot. Now, I did not understand that propane ran hotter. I didn't know that until today, or last night actually. So shortly after I got it, and I remember 100 hours on this thing, maybe, and the valves needed adjusted. I couldn't pull the rope anymore. As a matter of fact, I broke 2 rope assemblies. So I adjusted the valves, and everything ran fine, just fine. Now, just recently, I changed the oil on it. And I did that all on video. I changed the oil on this on video, and I also did the valve adjustment on video. But like I said, it's very new. Now, when you change the oil, I don't really sit around thinking about looking at the oil. I just change it. I don't know. Never really thought about it, especially with a new generator. Now, when I adjusted the valves, I just assumed, since it was so new, that they just may have come loose from the manufacturer, and they adjusted it themselves loose, or a break-in period, something like that. Thing is, I've never had that problem before. I don't know why I thought that, but that's basically what I thought. So I adjusted them. Well, the last time I did an oil change on video, I did both of them at the same time, and my goal was to put synthetic oil in it. That's why I changed it, because I had been running conventional oil in both of them. Both of them are broke in now. You're supposed to run conventional oil until it breaks in, and then you can switch over to synthetic. And the reason you want to, they say that you want to run the conventional oil is because you want those rings to seat correctly. Apparently synthetic oil is so good it doesn't allow it to seat. So ran conventional oil in that new one, and so I don't know, there was probably close to 30 hours of runtime on that oil on this generator. The other one, I don't know, maybe 5 hours. It wasn't much at all, but I wanted to switch it over to conventional. So I changed that one. It looked great. Changed this one and it was gray. I said it looked black, but it was gray. And in that video, I told you like 3 times I was worried about that. Now, I knew what it was. I knew why it was looking the way it was, but I didn't want to say it in the video at that moment because I didn't know why it happened. I just knew what it was. What it was is there's metal shavings in the oil. When you get a gray color oil like that, it means that you have real fine particles of metal that has wore into the oil. And you see it all the time on engines that have, exploded on themselves. You get that gray. And so if you pour it into a jar like this, you'll see that metal just floating around in there. You put a light on it, it'll be sparkly. So I knew what it was. Well, and I even knew where it came from. Since I had to adjust the valves, I realized that the camshaft and the tappets had wore on each other. The question is why? Why did that happen? I didn't have the answer. I changed the oil regularly, which is the biggest culprit of valve wear, is you have dirty oil. 9 times out of 10, when you see bad valves or valves that need adjusted, you'll see dirty oil. They don't change the oil, so all that grit and grime gets in there and wears that tappet and camshaft down. I have a camshaft here. I could probably dig in and show you what I'm talking about. Right here. So what you have is this is the camshaft. You have these lobes right here that push a tappet. So the tappet is a flat piece that goes up and down. As this turns, this comes up and comes down, and so your valve does this, and so that wears. But again, I didn't know why. I was changing oil like I was supposed to. So I didn't say anything in that video because I didn't have a reason. So then last night I got online and I started trying to figure out what was going on. And I told the AI what I was using this for. And what I had found was the valves needed adjusted. And it's only like I got 100 hours. I think I told it 200 hours, but I got to thinking about it. It's more like 100 hours. And that the oil had metal in it. And it said, and I said I was using it to run the well pump, 1500 watts. And it said, well, what has happened is it has gotten so hot. Propane gets so hot that when you're running at high RPMs, these suitcases can't cool. When you're running on propane, what you really need to be doing is running it for a few minutes and then letting it idle back down, because this has the eco system. You push the button and it ramps up when you need it. The thing is I think about how these are actually used in the world, and campers use these to run their air conditioners. And you figure those are running 15-20 minutes. So I'm running that well pump for 30 minutes. I didn't think anything of it. Campers are doing this all the time. You see it on YouTube. Running a propane tank with a propane generator or dual fuel generator, and they're running air conditioners. But apparently there's a high failure rate doing that. These just are not designed to run high RPMs for a long time on propane. You have this little inlet of a fan sucking air into this insulated suitcase. You run a lawnmower, you got variable, even though you're running at high RPMs, you got variable loads. Your grass isn't thick all over the place, and you're not putting a lot of pressure on it, so it's ramping up and down in speed. And there's a ton of cooling going on in that. As long as you're making sure you don't have any mice nest or build up grass on the engine, they stay really cool. They got huge fins on top of the flywheel, throwing out tons of air, but you barely feel any air coming out on this. So anyway, I've damaged this, not to a point it won't run. It's still running, and it runs good too. So last night, since I just changed the oil in it like 2 weeks ago, but I haven't ran it. So last night I ran it for 15 minutes and I drained that oil out. What I wanted to do was flush that oil out. You get all that metal out as much as I could. And so I did that. So then this morning I did it again. I ran it for 15 minutes, but this time I didn't do a flush. I did a sample. So I poured this little bit out here. And you can see it still looks good. It's not gray. And I took my magnet and I put it in there. I'm not going to do it again, but you'll get the idea. I took my magnet and see if I could feel any metal shavings in it. And I didn't feel any. So I think I've got it flushed out. So as long as I haven't damaged it so bad that it's going to wear, it doesn't look like it's going to wear. If it was still wearing because of soft metal, like a manufacturing defect, most likely this would be gray, even in that 15 minutes. Now, since I'm using this as a welder, I'm not running it for extended periods of time. So I've stopped using it for the well pump. I stopped doing that a long time ago. When I got the solar panels moved, I got a couple extra solar panels, and I also bought another charge controller. The system itself, sometimes I have to run that little generator to charge the batteries to assist the solar panels. Like on a cloudy day, there's an assist. But that system down there all by itself can run the well pump now. I don't need the generator. So the only thing I'm using these for now is the welding. And I'm running 2 generators now. So they're not running full blast. And you figure when you weld, like on lawnmower decks, you only weld for maybe a minute at a time. And then you stop with the arc. Then you clean your work area. You got to brush it and hammer it and examine it, see how it's doing. So you get another minute or 2 or 3 of cool down time. So I'll just be more deliberate with my cool down time. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run 5W40 synthetic zinc. 5W40 synthetic zinc. This is 5W30. So the 5 we've talked about in the past, that's winter, 5 winter. You want 5 for the winter. That gets you down to about -10 degrees. But the 30, when it gets so hot, it's thinning out so much that it's not protecting the tappet against the camshaft anymore. But the 40 will stay thicker in hot temperatures. So that is solution number 2. Solution number 1 is solution number 3. Solution number 1 is I'm running 2 generators to power 1 device. Solution number 2 is I'm not running it very long. And solution number 3 is I'm going to use a thicker oil that won't heat up quite as bad. So it'll keep more oil in between the tappet and the camshaft. The other thing is that zinc. Now, I have said in my other channel, I don't use zinc. Zinc is more expensive. Buying zinc oil is just more expensive. You can buy 5W30 at Walmart oil, which is totally safe oil. I'll use it in my truck. It's actually a name brand oil with a Walmart label on it. That's synthetic. But to buy zinc oil, you buy this for 18 bucks. Buy zinc oil, you're going to spend up to $30, $40. It's a lot more expensive. But it will preserve this. So that's solution number 4. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the oil every 15 hours. Now, I don't put 15 hours a year on these, but I'll probably change it once a year with that zinc oil. And it'll still be cheaper. Not cheaper, but it'll still be cost effective, I should say, to do it that way. The reason I'm bringing this up is I know a lot of people bought this based on my advice. And I just want to point out there is a flaw with it that I was not aware of. I mean, I've always been excited about having the propane generator. I like using the propane because that gas isn't going to stagnate in there. It's a good option. But if you're going to run an air conditioner for 30 minutes at a time on propane, it's not going to work as it's set up right now. You definitely need that 5W40 zinc. You got to have that. And even at that, I'm not promising you that it's just not cooling enough. The other issue is like on a lawnmower, you could put 2.5 quarts in a lawnmower. So you got all that surface area of that heat being dissipated in that oil. But here you're only using 1/2 ounce of oil. I mean, it's hardly any. So there's not a lot of surface area for it to cool. Now, I know somebody's going to say, should have bought a Honda. Hondas are just as bad. There's nothing saving it from the heat. If you're going to run it hot, Honda doesn't make propane. That's the first thing. Not in this size. They make a much bigger one, a commercial size one. But in this size, they don't make a propane. So you're already at a deficit if you're going to store it for any time. That gas is going to go bad. You got to drain the gas every time, which is what I was trying to prevent. But they still have the same heat issue. Heat dissipation is terrible on these suitcases because it's insulated to stay quiet. Their goal is, Honda, all of them, is to get it to last longer than the warranty. If they can do that, then, you know, that everything's solved. So I suspect this is going to last me, 20 years. I only run it a few hours a year, 15 hours a year. I'll change the oil. I'll use 5W40 synthetic with zinc, and it'll run great. But I just wanted to warn you, if you see gray oil, you know you're running it too hot. And you need to flush it. That means you fill it up with oil, you run it for 15 minutes, or you change the oil. Run it for 15 minutes, dump that oil out. And keep doing that until either the gray goes away or you realize it's shot and you're not going to be able to get it to flush out. You should only need to flush it once, maybe twice at the most. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over my other channel, I really appreciate it. Go check it out. So I hope I can inspire you. Just be aware of this so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.